Hi, Shannon Thigpen with Shine Yoga. Today we're going to do a pose that I love. It's called King Dancer. I love it because it's a standing pose, you incorporate balance, and it's beautiful. Now, of course, you need to have the permission from your healthcare provider before doing this or any other activity. And you want to keep in mind that this is, one, a back bend. So you want to be mindful of making sure that you use your core and that your back is okay with you doing it. And also that there is a lot of knee flexion. Therefore, if you have trouble with your knee, this might not be a good one for you to do, but there are variations that you can use. Now, since it is a standing pose, what do we say? What's the most important thing when you're doing a standing pose? Your feet. You start from the feet up. So if your feet aren't in the right position, you're not going to be able to do the pose, or at least do it well and do it properly. So make sure that the weight is on the ball and heel of your foot. Now let's start with balancing. Let's start with balancing on your left foot. Okay, so most of you, the left side is going to be a little more challenging. You can have a wall by you or a chair if you need to, okay? And I would say the first thing that you want to do is to start putting your weight on the leg and making sure that you have that alignment from the foot up. So your weight is on the ball and the heel of the foot, your arch is lifted, then your knee is over the ankle and the hip is over the knee. You know, it's kind of the ankle bones connected to the knee bones connected to, yeah, it's like that for real. Okay, make sure you engage your core and stare. You want to stare not really at me, but gaze at a point that is not moving on your screen or right above it or right below it. When you do a balance, make sure you're not looking directly down. That's another thing. And you could use a strap. So you're starting to bend the knee and bringing it up closer, right? If that's okay with the knee, you bring it even closer. Now, one cheat that I use is I can bring the knee forward. That makes it a little easier for me. I call it a cheat because you're not taking the leg back. You could grab it that way, but a cheat would be to grab it from the front. So as long as your knee is okay with it, you would grab it. You can have your hand out to the side. Like I said, it could be on a wall or a chair to help you, a countertop to help you to balance, and you grab that foot. So that would be the first two things that you do. Now, if you stay here, if that's where you are for your King Dancer pose, fabulous. All right. If even your toe is still on the ground and that's where you need to start, because you start where you are, right? You do what you can. It's all good. Your toe can touch, or you'll vacillate. So you kind of bring it up, let it go back down if you need to balance, and then grab. Okay, so if you were doing all that with me, your left leg is feeling a little burn. Okay, this is good. But we want to do the other side now. So we'll do the same thing. Your right side, perhaps, if that is your dominant side, is going to be a little bit easier for you. The weight is on the ball and the heel of the right foot now. Bring your left foot up. Inhale, exhale, navel to the spine. Good. So you should feel your core. As soon as you start to take the heel even off the ground, you should feel the core engage to try and balance you through space. It's called proprioception, and that's just you getting your balance and equilibrium in the space that you are in. And as you're taking more stability away, one foot off, one heel off, it makes it harder. Okay, so we have all that weight on this side. You're trying not to poke the hip out, really draw everything in, which will make you use the core more, and crown of the head going towards the ceiling. I brought the knee forward a little bit to grab the foot or ankle. Again, if that bothers your knee, that much flexion, that much bend in the knee, then this might not be a good idea for you. You could use a strap. You just place that strap around the foot and your hand could be here with the length of the strap behind you. Okay, let's put that down. Remember, you're making sure that you're not hyperextending in your low back. It's a lengthening. Anytime you do a back bend, it's a lengthening. It's not just compressing and folding back. You're drawing the navel in and you're lifting up and back. And this is a back bend. Let's go back to the left leg. Balancing ball and heel, ankle under the knee, knee under the hip, everything nice and stacked like building blocks. You want to have them nice and aligned, right? And then we'll bring the opposite leg up. Good. If you can, you grab that foot and maybe you bring the hand up. Okay, out if you need to, holding the chair or wall if you need. Inhale, exhale, then if you can. So this is a stretch for your quadricep 2, the front of the thigh, and your hip flexor, the front of the hip. All right, so you can bring that foot really close. That's a nice stretch there, knee going towards the ground. And that's less of a back bend there, but make sure that you're still engaging the core. The back bend comes when you start lifting the leg higher. And in the beauty in the pose, when you lift the leg higher and the arm goes out and you gaze ahead. And you're breathing, you're not holding your breath. And you bring that leg down and place your right leg down on the mat. Take a breath. Good. You might want to shake that leg out. And then we'll do the other side. Put your weight on the right leg. Okay. Align hip, knee, ankle. Draw the navel in. Good. Maybe the knee comes forward. Grab the foot or ankle. Then start to take the knee back. And in the same way, that knee could go towards the ground for a nice deep stretch in the quadricep and the hip flexor. If you don't have that flexibility, this is something that you can gradually work toward, but you don't force it. You never want to force anything. Really, definitely not in yoga, because it's not yoga if it's forceful. You go a little bit at a time, a progression that works for you. Your opposite arm up. Notice when my arm goes up, my shoulder is still down, space between my ear and shoulder, navel to the spine. Then I start to take the leg back and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Inhale, exhale. Feel that slight back bend, the stretch, then bring the leg forward and down. All right, let's do a little flow. Inhale, slight back bend, exhale, fold. That should be nice, feel nice. Draw the navel to the spine, roll up one vertebra at a time. Shoulders, neck, and head last. Inhale, and we'll bring the knee forward. So we lifted the right leg. Take the right leg back. Slight back bend. Inhaling, exhaling. Gaze somewhere that's not moving. Good. And then bring the leg in again. Awesome. Place it down. Good. Fold, which will relax the low back. Roll up. Bring your arms up. Good. Opposite knee comes in and take that leg back. Beautiful. Slight back bend. Draw the navel to the spine. Good. Your gaze is somewhere that's not moving. Aligning hip, knee, ankle, shoulder away from the ear best you can. And bring that leg forward. Place it down. Good job. Inhale, exhale. I'm Shannon Thigpen, And that is amazing. You just start where you are, do what you can. You have greatness inside of you, and I believe in you. Namaste.